This is the Ameta S50 Lite. It's a beginner GPS drone. It shoots in 4K resolution. It is sub 250, so that's a good thing. There's no registration required. They give you 2 batteries and they claim 25 minutes flight time of each battery. It's beginner friendly. It does have a beginner mode in it. The camera on it is adjustable. You get the return to home option because of it being a GPS drone, say a max 500 meter flight distance. That's pretty good range. We'll have to test out the range on this. And then we get that good flight time because of the brushless motors. So let's take a look at what's included in the box. Everything comes in this nice padded carrying case. Now there is no handle on it, but it does come with a shoulder strap. You also get this little booklet, the do's and don'ts to piloting your drone. We get a quick start guide, the user manual, very well explained. I remember from the S20 that I reviewed that the instructions were very good and clear, easy to understand. And then to download the app, you can do either Android or iOS. As you can see, we get a full set of spare propellers. We get a screwdriver and some spare screws. We have a USB-C charging cable, and that plugs right into the battery. And then this is a 7.4 volt, 2000 milliamp hour, 2-cell LiPo battery. And like I said, you get 2 of them. And here we have the controller. They feel like maybe they might not be real antennas, but they are. I see the wire right there. As you can see, there's the scroll wheels for the camera, buttons here. We're gonna go through these buttons a little bit later and I'll explain everything. And finally, we have the Ameta S50 drone. Optical flow sensor right there. It does work. I remember it worked pretty good on the S20. Let's take that little sticker off. Then we can get this camera cover. Now, this does not have a gimbal to stabilize your picture, but you can rotate the camera a full 90 degrees to unfold it, just so you can see the size of it. And then in the back is where the battery goes. Right there is where the micro SD card goes. And you have to remember to put that in before you put your battery in. Push that in, clip it in. Maybe before you fly, give it a little tug. Make sure it doesn't want to come out, but try not to press on that button, because if you press the button, it will come out. Press and hold and turn it on. So that is the Ameta S50. And now we're gonna charge up these 2 batteries and download the app. And then we're gonna take this out and do a full review on this. We are not gonna let any option untouched. All right, we have the Ameta S50 here and a charged battery. So let's open this up. And I have my micro SD card in already right there, so we can put the battery in. And before we turn it on, we're gonna want to take the camera cover off, because that's gonna want to calibrate when you turn it on. And if you have that cover on, you're stopping it from trying to calibrate. And then there was a protective film on here, so you just take that protective film off. You don't want to forget to take that off, or your image is going to be blurry when you try to record or take pictures. So we're going to do our little startup. We'll hold this in, long press, it'll turn on. Get the controller set up here. Let's extend these antennas. I'm gonna put these little handles down. I like them being down because when you clip your phone in, the phone clip right there, you have that weight of the phone, and these handles help you balance the controller a little bit better in your hands. There's the charging port on the controller. The controller does have a built-in battery. It's a little 3.7 volt, 300 milliamp hour LiPo. Turn it on, long press for that. You'll see the 4 lights light up. It's beeping because it's looking for the drone. There was that long beep, and I think we have connection. So first thing we're gonna do is we are gonna calibrate the compass on the drone. And to calibrate the compass, we just do a up and in with both sticks. And now you'll see the LED is flashing. So you're gonna want to spin it horizontally until you hear a beep. There's the beep. And then you want to go vertically, and then you'll hear another beep. Well, 2 beeps actually. So now the compass is calibrated. And while we're at it, let's calibrate the gyro. And to calibrate the gyro, all we do is a down and out on the left stick and then up and out on the right stick. So there we go. Gyro is calibrated. Quick rundown of the buttons on the controller. We have your video start button, and then it also stops the video. Then you have your picture button, and then this ADDI is attitude, and this allows you to fly out of GPS mode. This drone goes into GPS mode automatically, but if GPS signal is poor and you can't get GPS signal but you still want to fly, you can override the GPS and hold this attitude button. But while you're in attitude mode, the other GPS functions that are in the app, they will not work. You have to be in GPS mode. And then here is for your camera. This angles the camera down. It's not smooth, a little jittery. You can see it kind of jittering to go down. It's pretty much all or nothing. You can't just slowly lower it or raise it. We have the power button. This is your speed switch. There's 3 different speeds. You'll start out in the second rate, which is like normal rate. You go into third rate by clicking it, and that puts you in sport mode. And then when you press it again, you'll go into like camera mode, and that's like the slowest rate. And then we have our auto takeoff, auto land, and then return to home. And auto takeoff, auto land, you can just press and hold, and it'll take off by itself. Have a little bit of a breeze. The breeze is wanting to take it. It also has an optical flow sensor on the bottom to try and keep it in its position if GPS isn't available. And it seems to be holding pretty good. And then you can just hold that button to land. Now, it just so happened that it landed pretty close to the pad there. I shifted it over so it would land on the pad, and I still missed it anyway. Now, when you do auto land, it's gonna land where you press that. It's not gonna come home. And then there's the return to home button. So there's a little breakdown of the controller. So first thing we wanna do is we wanna go into Wi-Fi, and then we are gonna pick the S50 Lite. And we'll go into the Amita drone app. Let's clip this phone into the holder. And yeah, that's why I have the handles out, because the phone weighs a little bit. So let's hit start, and there we go. We have signal, you can see. So let's take a look at the interface, and let's start up at the right top corner. We have the drone battery, we have the drone signal, and then we also have the satellites, and that's how many satellites we are connected to. And then if you look at the 3 dots, we go in there, and there it shows beginner mode. So beginner mode, you can see it has the distance and the altitude at the minimum. So let's turn beginner mode off. We don't want beginner mode, we're not beginners. And now we can adjust it. So let's just go right to the max. And we have max altitude and max distance. They also have the Find My Drone. When you click on that, you can click Find My Drone, and the drone will start beeping. Then you have the controls. You can do Imperial, and then here for the camera, you can change the resolution. Then you have the grid lines that you can put up on your screen if you want to center your shot. Down here where it says TF card, you can click format to format it, and then you have your records, and that shows all your flight log. So let's take off, we'll fly around, we'll get a little bit of video, and we'll test out how good the images are, photo and video. Let's do the auto takeoff, auto land. So let's press that, and we just slide to confirm, and now it's going to take off. And a nice steady hold there, altitude hold, optical flow, and the GPS is doing its job, keeping it in position. Let's go up, and let's test out the speeds. So I'm in the second rate, there's the third rate. Let's start in the first rate. So this is camera mode, and this is the slowest rate. Second rate, you get a little more pitch out of it. It does pick up speed a little more. And let's go with the third rate. We got more pitch, and yeah, it's definitely faster. Now this is a beginner drone, so this is not extremely fast. We do have a bit of a breeze, so it does have to fight with the breeze a little. So it does go faster one way than the other. All right, so now we're up in the air. Let's try photo. So let's take a photo of the mountains in the background there. All right, we got our photo. Let's take video, and I'm gonna fly around while I take video. You can see the gimbal is not stabilized. There is no gimbal. It's just a camera mount basically that rotates. And then here, I'll show you. Let's put the camera down. See, that's just one speed. And let's stop that video. So one thing I like to do, let's go over here. Well, we won't go too far away. One thing I like to do is I like to test to see if return to home works. And one good way to test it is to test to see what happens if your controller dies or you lose connection with your controller. So I shut the controller off, and controller is off. Oh, there it comes. It's coming home. So return to home works. It should do the same thing when the battery dies as well. It is not landing home. It landed about 5-6 feet away from home, but hey, it came back. Well, since we're back and we're ready to take off again, I'll show you the other way you can take off, and that's the manual takeoff. And that is, you either take the sticks down and out or down and in, and it'll arm the motors, and then you hit up on the stick, on the left stick, and that's how you can take off manually. So let's try some of these camera modes. Let's point the camera down that you see me, and let's try rocket. So what rocket's supposed to do is it's supposed to like just go straight up. So let's hit rocket, and there it goes. I thought it would go faster, but it's going up. So let's hit stop. So far away mode is supposed to go back and up at the same time, so you get kind of like a shot like pulling away. So let's hit far away, and there it goes. It's going back. It's going up, but not really that fast. So okay, so it only does it for a few seconds and then it stops. Let's go into panorama. So if we hit panorama, now we have, so it's scanning. So it's just spinning in a circle, doing a panoramic. It says panoramic scanning. Please do not operate the drone until scanning ... I'm thinking it's till it's complete. So there we go. We'll do another one. So let's go over here. Let's do some of these GPS modes. Let's try GPS follow. So let's see if it follows me. Okay, confirm. It's supposed to follow a GPS signal of your phone, which it's doing that. It's following around. Follow me around. Let's come over here. Okay. Let's do gesture control. We'll do a hand photo. So we just do that. It should start counting down. Oh, you get sound effects too. Let's do video mode. And then let's stop it. Let's do circle fly. Circle fly. I like to put it right above me so then I can see how good it keeps me in the picture, because it's supposed to center over whatever it's hovering. So we're at about 15 meters. Let's do 20 and let's hit confirm. And okay, it's flying back. Now you can control the height in circle fly. So let's go a little higher. Let's go up. There we go. There I'm in the picture. We'll see how good. Oh, we kicked up the barn swallows. They're checking the drone out. Let's see how good it keeps me centered in the picture. It seems like it's not doing a bad job. Pretty well centered. So you can either hit cancel on the screen, or you can just hit the right stick and it gets you out of that mode. Last thing we're gonna do is the waypoints. Some of you may have noticed that this video has been pulled from the channel, and that is because I needed to do an update to this video. So I'm adding this in, and that update is for the waypoints, because when I flew this with the waypoints back when I made the video, the waypoints didn't work. You could put up to 9 different points on the screen. When you hit go, it would only go to number 1, and then it would like rotate and turn like it's facing you, and then it would just hang out there. You couldn't get it to go to the next waypoint. I've reached out to Amita about it. They finally got back to me, and just a few days ago they updated the app. We're gonna try waypoints again and see if they improved waypoints and if it actually works. While we're here testing out waypoints, we're gonna test out the range and do a range test on it. And we're gonna go into waypoints, and there we go. We have our little red circle there. Let's put a couple waypoints. We won't go far. We'll do 2, 3, 4. Let's do 5 waypoints. Let's go a little higher, and let's hit go. And well, there it goes. Well, let's see if it goes beyond number 1. So it's flying over. It's almost there. Still in sight, so I'll be able to see what it does. So it stopped. Oh, it's going over to number 2. I better go higher. I'm gonna hit those trees. I didn't realize number 2 was over those trees. Okay, we're at number 2. It turned. Now flying over to number 3. So, all right, Amita fixed the waypoints issue, which is awesome. Good on you, Amita, for responding to my email and taking care of the situation. We're at number 4 now, and you can see it on the screen. And number 5 is like somewhere near me. It should be like right in front of me somewhere, and it should stop real soon. So there we go. So number 5, like I said, you could put up to, I think it's 9 points. Here, let's just check quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, it is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, 16. So you can put up to 16 waypoints, which is crazy. But if you need 16 points, there you go. You have them. All right, so we're gonna do a range test. Take it up in the air a little bit. Should clear that. Now it's a nice line of sight right there. Let's see how far we can get away. And here we go. We'll see how far we go until we drop signal. I know in my last range test I got about 2,000 feet, and then we dropped signal. So let's see if we can get something similar to that on this test. Let's go a little higher because we're gonna lose it in the mountain. We're at 1,000 feet now. Everything seems to be good. I don't see any choppiness. No dropped image. 1,200 feet. And oh yeah, I see it yet. 1,400 feet. At this point, 1,400 feet, 1,500 feet, that's further than you'll need to go. I mean, 1,600 feet, still going strong. Oh, just as I said that, it kind of got a little choppy there. 1,800 feet, still have control of it. And we'll just go till the signal drops and the screen goes blank. There's 1,900 feet. Can we surpass 2,000? Oh yeah, we did. Surpassed 2,000 feet. So yeah, 2,000 feet is a lot further than you'll need to go. Oh, I think we did it right there. 2,000. Well, it's still showing a count. Okay, 2,090 feet, and there is the signal is dropped. Oh, it came back. It's saying weak Wi-Fi signal. We're at 2,200 feet, but still getting an image. But yeah, that image is very, very like choppy. So 2,200 feet. We'll call it 2,000 because it was right around in there where it started getting a little choppy. I do apologize for the wind. But yeah, so it says drone not connected. Let's bring her home. So we'll hit the home button and we'll get this annoying beep the whole time until it comes back. So I'll save you from that and I'll cut to when it gets back here and then I'll finish up this video. All right, and here it is. It is battling the wind. The wind keeps pushing it. It's trying to get back to where it needs to go home. As you can see, we have like some storms that are rolling in here, so this wind is not ideal to be flying this drone in. Hey, where are you going? It's going way over there. All right, let's get it out of return to home and try and bring it back manually. There we go, there we go. Well, that was interesting coming back. Yeah, the wind kind of wasn't helping with it. But if you have a little bit of wind, return to home, it kind of struggles with it. So that was the Ameta S50. So you get great range out of it. The battery life is really good. These brushless motors help with the battery life. You do have the return to home options if you drop signal, say your controller shuts off. And if you do fly it to the point where the battery is almost gonna die, it will then automatically come back home. So I tested that. It works. But that'll do it for this video on the S50 Lite. Thanks for checking it out, and I hope you join me on the next video.